Hey guys, I hope you're doing absolutely fantastically. So today I'm coming at you with another bullet journal video, and this is a collections one that I've been wanting to do for a while. These are 10 ideas that you can use in your bullet journal for your monthly setup. And this right here is the most basic one. This is like the box grid setup, which I use a lot actually because I think this is the biggest and best overview, and you also have a little bit of space to add goals and tasks or even habit trackers and stuff if you want to. And what I really like to do is that I like to put the numbers inside in like a faint color so that you can just write above it, and then you could highlight when there's a break or when you're traveling. So I really like this setup actually, it's really good. And here's an example of like a more creative one where I've used only this setup and then just written the numbers in the corners and stuff. Obviously like a lot of people use this, but it's also because it's really good. Okay, so this is the next one. This one is a little bit more complicated, but I still wanted to make one like this because I think it's really fun to experiment with these kind of things. So here you have a smaller one here, and what you do here is that you have a little key for each everything. So I have like appointment, events, birthdays, holidays, personal, and all-day plans, and then I highlight different things in here. And then I have the color-coded things here. So then if you go on like this day, which is the 13th, there's a holiday and it's a yellow, so it's personal. I have to buy groceries and I have to meet with a bank, and I have a coffee with Bob at 12 o'clock. This is all fake, guys. This is all fictional. I made up a fictional plan for everyone. And then the different colors are the different things. It's also whose birthday. It's also Bob's birthday. That's why we're meeting for coffee. You see, like, this is how it is together, and then you can use the little color coded. I also added a to-do list and a focus, and I also added this little thing as an example. You could also make it a list sort of thing, so that you write the date inside little color codes and then you just write it as like a regular list. And I also wrote it like this so that you can write the numbers just color coded it without the headings and the different fancy stuff that I made here, but just with a list. That's also an option. Here we have a box slash lid setup. So here you have a little overview calendar of the whole month. I know this is incorrect, but just ignore that. This is all like make-believe sort of. And here is a focus where you can write journals or actually notes about the month. And then I also added a Dutch door. So on this side it is work events, and then on this side it's personal. And you can also divide it between different stuff. You could also have it more of them and more boxes if there's more categories, or you want one for travel. On this side I added like a little bit of a when I'm gonna be away kind of thing, like a travel, and I just did an awful fly doodle. And then on the side here I added for next month the goals and tasks. So I haven't actually used this setup before, but I have been using list setup for the month, and I feel like this works out well as long as you don't have too many events, because when you have too many events it becomes like a long row, and it's better to just have some key things for the line setup. So here we have the side setup. This is the one where you have to flip the journal and then you can see all the weeks here. It is the same with the box as the one that covers all of it, but this is kind of if you don't want it to split between the pages, if you just want it on one side like this. And then you can have whatever you want for the other side of the spread. So here I have a habit tracker just as an example, but you could also have tasks, goals, and here is a little tracker at the bottom, and shopping list or bills or something. I actually been using this a lot lately, so I can show you some examples of it. Here's one I did using stickers here, and then I had a task list and a YouTube and Instagram tracker, and on this side I had angel card reading and a travel tracker, and then I had a wins on this side. So this is kind of like an example of how you can use this sort of tracker. Here I'm using a Dutch door, but of course what I love about like monthly trackers is that you can adapt it a lot to whatever you want. And here I do a more like collage-y thing. Here I have tasks and travel, angel card, and wins as well. So this is what I'm like digging right now, but of course I've been using most of these spreads and I really like experimenting with it. Then here it's another version of the one you just saw. This is basically exactly the same, but in this one you flipped it. So if you don't actually like flipping your journal, this one is really great because you can still write it this way. So here we have the days of the week this way, and the week dates this way, or the numbers of the week. Like, this is a thing we have in Scandinavia. Don't ask me why, but we name the weeks, and it's really important. So this is like if you want to remember the weeks, kind of like that. And I actually messed this up quite a few times because I thought it was really confusing, but I did use this one a lot in the beginning of 2017. Here's one where I don't even do the line in between. I just kind of make it a list for each of the weeks, and on this side I filled it with whatever I want. I have orders, shopping list, tasks, and bills. And then here's another one where I do the box grid, and here I also have the extra spread. So this is also a really good option for that. Then on the other side I have this setup. So originally this setup looked like this, and how it works is just like, this is just an overview calendar to mark the travel and holidays, for example. And then here you just write the numbers of the week, or numbers of the month, and what you have to do that month. And in the beginning of the month, obviously they would be in order of what you have to do, but there's always events that pop up along the month, and then it would be kind of like scrambled. So I don't know if this is a thing that would work for me, but it's definitely something worth trying out because I know a lot of people do this. And then I also did this one where the calendar is much smaller and the dates are down here, and then I have a monthly goals and a task list, and I just did like a doodle and a very inspirational quote that just says grow. So this is also an option. It's kind of the same thing, but this is just a different format. Then we have this setup. This is basically just like a very regular list setup with all the dates going downwards, and I split it into personal and work. I know a lot of people do this differently, where they put the date section in the middle, so that actually splits it into the personal and work thing, for example. And then here I saw this on Pinterest and I thought it was really cool, and I want to show you guys. Here it's like loads of kind of checklist things that you can do during the month. So it says loving, eating, thinking, doing, making, reading, hearing, buying, celebrating, seeing, doing, and wearing. And I've basically written some things inside of these that are things you can do within that category. So it's like an overview of everything you have to do and the big stuff happening in that month, and I kind of like this actually, so I wanted to include it as the extra next to this one. And then here we have another Dutch door option. I did a monthly weekly setup kind of similar to this, I guess, though I tried out Dutch door things, but I haven't tried this specific one out. So up here you have all the weeks. So this is first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and then fifth week. And so it's like a monthly setup up here where you can write actually a little bit more if that fits you. And for example, if you do dailies, this would work out really well. And then I just also have focus at the beginning of the month and then reflection at the end of the month. And then you also have small trackers here I just added. I mean, this you can fill out with whatever you want, like an inspirational quote. Next month, actually I haven't tried this specific one out, but I think it would be really interesting to see if it works, because if it works, I think it would work out really well. Then the last two are kind of similar. This one is like a monthly calendar, just like circles. I know this is a crap, but I did this like just to show you guys, so this isn't my actual like monthly setups. So for this one, you just draw a line out, and if there's more events, you can draw lines out of that line, for example. And if there's 2 days, you can do like that if it's the same thing. Or if you're traveling, for example, here I just highlighted a little bit. I've seen people do this one with different types of things. I know there's a really cool one that I just saw with Game of Thrones. I think her name is Plant-Based Bride. And she did one with Game of Thrones to celebrate the last season coming out, and I thought it was really cool. And this one is the last one. This is the same as the other one where I have all of them down here, and then you just draw lines up. A way you could do this is kind of put it in the middle so you can draw both ways. That would have been smart. I just didn't think of that until now. But then you also have some space here for goals and tasks or whatever you want to use that for. So guys, those are all the monthly setups. I hope you got inspired. I hope you found some of these to use for the upcoming month. Tell me what monthly setup works for you, which one you usually use. I hope you guys all have a really great day. Yeah. Take care, guys. Don't forget, if you like this video, to like it and subscribe if you want more. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!